And we're on. All right, you guys ready for a countdown?
Yes.
I'm ready.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome to Game That Tune.
Oh yeah, what's going on, everybody? It's Game That Tune back in the house once again. It's your boy John Harrington here. We got John Regan with us. Say hey.
Hey.
And we got David Fleming. Say hey.
Hey.
And we got Jesse Moore. Say hey.
Hey.
Hell yeah, gentlemen! I think we're gonna have a good show tonight. It is Game That Tune, episode 93, and if you're just joining us for the first time, we're gonna listen to video game music, try and guess the games based on the songs, goof off, have a lot of fun, talk a bunch of nonsense. Winner at the end of the night picks a theme for the next episode and plays their bonus tune. And let's see. Do we do the full rundown, or who won last week's show? I believe it was Jesse. And Jesse, what is the theme that you've chosen for tonight's episode?
I just wanted to keep, digging on the 90s because, it's episode 93, so might as well keep it to 90s stuff because it's been fun so far.
Yep. We are not messing with success. We've had 2 very successful 90s episodes, so we're back in the 90s again. The 1990s. Talking about games from the 1990s and the fantastic tunes that accompany them. So I'm excited because, now, once again, John, don't interrupt me this time. I'm going to continue my rundown of pop culture events from the 1990s. So, picking it up in 1993, the big movies of the year. You guys got to know at least one of these. Little movie called The Fugitive, maybe Jurassic Park, one of the biggest films of all time. Most importantly, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, nice. Oh my God.
Yes. Mrs. Doubtfire sent a hearty hello to audiences. Oh man, I love Mrs. Doubtfire. Keeping that upbeat spirit. Apartheid was officially ended in South Africa.
Good.
WWF Raw aired its first ever episode. Fantastic. The Got Milk ad campaign. Anybody remember it? Got a little something on that lip.
Yeah.
It makes its first appearance. Keeping my upbeat voice no matter what. Brandon Lee is killed on the set of The Crow, and River Phoenix dies of a drug overdose. And let's see, your sports champions for the year: Super Bowl champion Dallas Cowboys, NBA champion Chicago Bulls. And does anybody remember who the college football national champions were in 1993?
Was that Florida State?
It was the Florida State Seminoles. And so now, before I start talking about 1994, I'm going to sing the entire FSU fight song. You gotta fight for FSU. You gotta scalp them Seminoles. You gotta win this game and roll on down and make those goals. For FSU is on the warpath now, and the battles.
I want to see how long this goes before I interrupt you.
So fight to victory. Our
All right,
Seminoles from Florida State.
That's enough.
Game one.
Second verse, same as the first.
Sucks! Right.
Yeah. All right.
I like it.
You guys
I like
ready?
it a lot.
You ready for some trivia?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Yes. From you.
It is rumored that there is this is an arcade game, and it is rumored that there is a haunted cabinet. That's it. Yep, haunted cabinet. I'm not gonna say anything else about it. It's gonna give it away. All right.
Man. I don't remember this game having this much music. I feel like you probably repeated a song at some point.
I hope I didn't. No, they're different links. They're different songs.
Just little changes. Give us that Vanilla Ice. It's not the same.
All right. You guys ready? Let's see.
So ready.
Jesse here says Virtual Fighter. David says Polybius. And John Harrington has the right answer with NBA Jam.
I got something for this. Boom shakalaka!
Nice.
I've been waiting months to use that.
I was surprised we
Okay.
hadn't already used NBA Jam.
Yeah, that's surprising.
Yeah.
Damn.
I feel like
Somebody
I've
is going
looked
to
into it
have
in the
to.
past, and I didn't think it had enough music.
Somebody is going to have to explain the haunted arcade cabinet because this is
Yeah,
the
like-
first that I've heard of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
John.
So basically,
Haunted by the ghost of Michael Jordan.
no, haunted by Drazen Petrovic. Drazen Petrovic. He passed away in June of '93, and sometime after he passed away, basically some of the developers were playing Mortal Kombat, and there's an NBA Jam cabinet next to it, and it just started shouting out Petrovic, Petrovic out of nowhere, and every once in a while, I'll just randomly shout it. It doesn't shout, as far as I can tell, it doesn't shout anybody else's names like that. Because it's not supposed to.
Awesome.
It's only supposed to shout the name when you choose the player, but it would just say it randomly.
Nice.
Is he even in the game? Because that would be even creepier if he
I was
wasn't.
gonna say, if he had died and they hadn't programmed him into the game yet, that would have been really creepy.
No, he was.
Like-
No, the game was done before he died.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was still in the game.
Is that rookie that like he got drafted and then died like 2 days later because he did too much coke?
No, I don't think that's who that is. I think that's Lynn Bias. But yeah, I didn't know about that guy. Imagine that. I wasn't keeping up with my German basketball players back in 1993.
Jeez.
Ah, nuts. What I did know back in 1993 was the name of a man named Michael Jordan, and he was not in this game.
No.
And what the hell? That was my whole thoughts on this back in the day. Like, this game is awesome. Why do I have to be Scottie Pippen and BJ Armstrong if I'm going to play the Bulls? Like, what the hell? I like BJ Armstrong just fine, but he is no Jordan.
I always thought that was weird because, like, when I was a kid, I didn't understand the whole, likeness rights and crap like that. And I was just like, I don't watch basketball, but I know who the fuck Michael Jordan is. So why isn't he in this basketball game? Like, he should be in every basketball game because everyone knows who the fuck he is.
Yep. No, it's crazy. I didn't realize, like, this was one of the first games that actually used, like, an NBA license and multiple NBA players. Yeah, I didn't really think about it really until we started doing the show and goofing on all these old games. But, like, before NBA Jam, it really was, like, one basketball player to a game. Like,
Yeah.
Yep.
David Robinson's Supreme Court or Bill Laimbeer's Combat Basketball. Or maybe you got, like, Jordan versus Drexler in the finals or whatever the fuck that game was. Like,
Was this before or after Jordan Chaos in the Windy City?
That is a question worth asking, because if Michael Jordan counter-programmed NBA Jam with Chaos in the Windy City, he might actually suck at business. Oh, God.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's what we're gonna do. Next episode, Game That Tune, we're going to uncover the lurid, ridiculous conspiracy behind 90s basketball video games.
Shaq
Oh,
Fu.
yeah.
Yes, Chaos in the
God,
Windy
I can't
City
wait.
came out in 1994. So Chaos in the
Oh
Windy
my
City
God!
is a response to NBA Jam.
It really
You
was!
heard it here first, folks.
I mean, I think that what it is something like Michael Jordan wasn't in the NBA Players Union, so like he just they had a license with the Players Union, so they couldn't use his likeness because he wasn't in the union, and he was like the only player that did that. But still, I love picturing him like, nah, man, I'm not signing that. I got my own thing going. Like, and wait till you see it. It's gonna blow your fucking mind. Like,
I am
I got-
just now reading about NBA Jam, a limited edition version of the game with an additional team composed of Gary Payton and Michael Jordan was developed primarily for Jordan and Payton's personal use.
Yes.
yeah, fucking right, it was.
They basically sent them photos and were like, we want to be in this fucking game, like after it came out. So they made them
Yeah, exactly.
their own cabinets.
Oh, son of a bitch.
That's-
Lucky them.
I wish I could have that kind of pool to have games with my likeness just because I want it. Like,
Yeah. I don't know what game they would have pulled your likeness from. Like, they come out with Watch Dogs 2, and you're just like, all right, I'm mad that I wasn't in this. Like, put me in, Ubisoft. I'm ready. Like,
John just sent
God.
so many angry emails to Ubisoft that eventually the new Assassin's Creed is starring John in like 98.
Yeah. Oh, God, I love it. But yeah, so what is your go-to team in NBA Jam besides the Chicago Bulls with no Jordan?
the Hornets.
Oh, yeah? Larry
Yeah.
Johnson and Alonzo Mourning?
If somebody beats me to the Bulls, I go for the Hornets. But I always go for the
Okay.
Bulls ASAP. Like, it's a race to the Bulls.
Yeah, I mean it shouldn't be because they don't have Michael Jordan. So what's the rush? But yeah, the Hortons are a good pick. Jesse, what about you, man? What's your favorite combo?
I feel like I would use the Lakers.
Yeah, shit. Who was on the Lakers at this point?
I don't remember. I know one of them was super tall.
Magic was out of the league, so I don't know who would have been on the Lakers at that point. But yeah, good pick just on name recognition. I'm trying to think. I think I would go for the New York Knicks because Patrick Ewing and John Starks.
Yeah.
And then David, what about you, man? Testing your NBA duo knowledge.
My NBA Jam go-to team was Bill Clinton and Al Gore.
Hey, Just waiting for somebody to say that. So Johnny, tell us about the secret characters of NBA Jam.
Oh
'cause
man.
you've wanted to talk about these for a long time. I know.
Well, this is the arcade edition. I only know about the secret characters from the home versions. I don't know if the arcade has them or the same, or if there's different characters. But
Right.
I love like the ridiculous amount of secret characters in the home editions. Like you got Fresh Prince, you got Jazzy Jeff. I think you have 2 of the 3 Beastie Boys. Bill Clinton, Al Gore. I want to say Prince Charles is available. I know in a tournament edition, I think they added Hillary Clinton. George Clinton, I believe, is in there. Of Parliament.
Yeah, he's in there
Funkadelic.
at some point.
Funkadelic?
Yeah, like it
Yeah,
is
'cause
named-
Didn't at some point they add like Mortal Kombat characters too?
Oh my god.
That I feel like was probably a playground urban legend. Like I don't
No,
remember
because this
that
was
ever
this was
happening.
also done by Midway, and maybe it was Championship Edition. But I feel like at some point you could play as like Sub-Zero and Raiden.
Possibly. I'm not entirely sure.
That sounds ridiculous.
But yeah, I like that. What was his name? George Clinton. His name in there was P. Funk. Like that's the name that shows up when you enter him.
I feel like that only happened because like somebody was like, all right, we're programming Bill Clinton, and then they made a mistake and started programming George Clinton. Wait a minute. Who the fuck is that? Oh, thought you wanted, Parliament, George Clinton. No, man, the president. Why the fuck would we? Okay,
Not
keep it.
Parliament.
That's a great
we want
idea.
American government.
Yeah.
Not this
I also
English
like
guy.
I also like the idea that one of the Beastie Boys was not in the NBA Players Union and therefore would not use his likeness. Mike D just no man. Ad Rock, you guys enjoy it, but like I'm not.
I'll just get my
Right,
own
based.
personal cabinet with just
Exactly.
me and Michael Jordan.
I gotta wait to see if this thing's a hit, so me, Gary Payton, and Michael Jordan can play it together. Like, oh man.
I like the idea of just the guy from the Beastie Boys requesting a version of a team of just him and him again.
Yes, the 2 diamonds.
Exactly.
And I like some of the mascots are available. Like he could play as Benny the Bull, I believe. And I think
that I like.
yeah. Oh, so yeah,
And the Hornet, I thought.
the NBA Jam Tournament Edition for the arcade did have Reptile, Raiden, Sub-Zero.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no
I
idea.
thought so.
Nice. Oh man, an NBA Jam 2010 had Barack Obama? That's badass.
Yes, it did.
Oh man,
They went
sweet.
nuts on NBA Jam 2010.
See,
They added a lot of people.
I wish that there were more like ridiculous over-the-top sports games like this. Like we need more arcadey sports games, specifically ones that feature public figures.
Yes. Did they ever do that for that NBA game that came out like just this year, like NBA Playgrounds or whatever? They came out with like just basically a new NBA Jam for everything, and they probably don't have Trump in it. Never mind. Like I wouldn't want to play that. Like,
I play the shit out of Obama. Like,
yeah. That guy's probably got like 10 handles. He's got to be really good at the game. Like,
or if they extended it to like world politicians, because I would play a basketball game as Angela Merkel.
okay. Yeah, or what's his name? The new president of France. Macron. Oh, that'd be fantastic. But yeah, man, like I said, I didn't pick this one for the show previously because I didn't think it had enough.
The arcade version does have enough music. The home editions do not.
Yeah, probably the SNES version was lacking because I think that's why I fell back on NBA Hang Time for Nintendo 64 before. So good, nice job, John. Should we continue on to game 2?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do
so.
that.
Hell yeah! Welcome to the chat, all you insane people.
Game 2.
Sounds so familiar.
Fun.
That sounds
fun,
quite
happy song.
familiar. Okay.
Cool.
So, who would like a little trivia for this game?
If we must.
Yeah.
I would like it.
This game features numerous references to other games, including the Mario series, the Kirby series, SimCity on the Super Nintendo, and hang on, let me pull up the translated title. The Frog for Whom the Bell Tolls, a Japanese-only Game Boy game.
Oh, I love that one. All right.
Oh, that song. So, who has some guesses?
I do.
All right, so get that hat trick button ready. Everyone says The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. Hello! Damn it,
All
John.
right. That's the new hat trick sound from now on.
Yeah. I will
Also,
edit that permanently.
also, that is the episode title.
Just hello.
Oh God, I love that. R.I.P. Robin Williams. Awesome pick. As Pat just observed in the chat, how has this not been on GameNet Tune yet?
This has not been on
Come on.
GameNet because I've been waiting to use it for ages.
Oh yeah.
I love Link's Awakening. Does anyone else have any strong opinions about this game?
I've
I
never
like
played it, to be honest.
The DX version.
Oh, you've never played it, John?
I have not.
Oh, this game is a stone cold classic. It is delightful and wonderful and one of my favorite Zelda games. And Jesse, yes, the DX version is a much improved version.
Especially with like X-Pac and Triple H and stuff, it's pretty great.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you can't say Stone Cold Classic and expect us not to turn the conversation.
Well, and it's
the
also
entire wrong way.
DX, Link's Awakening DX. So Link
Mhm.
goes around telling the Octorots to suck it and stuff. It's pretty
Yeah.
great.
Well,
Oh,
the
that's my
DX version
favorite part.
adds a completely new dungeon to it, which is cool
Yeah.
because it was for the Game Boy Color. So the new dungeon uses color, and like there are specific color-based puzzles.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, good thinking.
And fun fact, the color dungeon music is a remix. I mean, not really a remix because it's the Game Boy, but it's a version of the original Legend of Zelda dungeon music.
Nice.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
You got to keep talking, man. Spoiler alert for me, the host of this show. I've never played Link's Awakening like for more than 5 minutes. It's too Game
This-
Boy for me.
This game is great. And this game is amazing. And I love it because even though it's on the Game Boy, like a lot of the like early Game Boy games, like Super Mario Land is really like scaled down version of Mario. But Link's Awakening is a full-on Zelda game.
Yeah, it's
Like,
big.
It's huge. You still have the action, you still have the puzzles, you still have all the enemies. But because it was on the Game Boy, they had a bit more freedom, so it's a very strange game.
Yeah, it's like Majora's Mask weird. There's all sorts of craziness going on in this one.
Yeah, there's, like I said, there's a ton of like strange character crossovers. You fight Goombas and Piranha Plants in this game. You meet up with a Chain Chomp. There is an enemy in this game called Anti-Kirby, who's basically like a Kirby sprite and tries to inhale you.
Ooh.
You meet one of the side characters is Dr. Wright from SimCity. Like,
Hell yeah.
Man.
this game's weird.
So you build a building under your ass like in Smash Brothers?
I wish, no.
Yeah.
And it adds to it because the whole game is very dreamlike, and it has that very like mysterious dream quality, so they can do silly stuff. Like they break the fourth wall. There's a couple of kids that you talk to in the village, and they're like, "Hey, how are you today? Did you know if you push all the buttons together, it'll save your game?" I don't know what that means.
Yeah. Oh, they say I don't know what that means, like they're being self-referential.
Yeah, they
Nice.
totally say. There's a character who, like, you meet him in one of the villages, and then it's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna be lost in the mountains later. Look for me." And then, like, when you're exploring the mountains in the game, you find him. It's like, "Hey, glad you found me."
Nice.
I like that allowed the programmers some flexibility. Like, this quest is going to be impossible if we don't have some way of letting them know to find that kid in the mountains. Like, it's a dream. Just let the kid tell him. Like, yeah. Hey, Mr. Link, I'm going to get lost soon. See ya. Cool. Nailed it.
But like a lot of people, especially now, because it came out in '93, so it's been a while. Like a lot of people will write it off, but it's a really good game, and it's a really important game because this is the first Zelda game that doesn't feature Princess Zelda or Ganon. It's not set in Hyrule. It's the first game where you can fish. There's a fishing mini game in this game. This is the first Zelda game where every dungeon has its own unique music. Like the games before it was just like a standard dungeon music and then like final dungeon music, but this one everyone has its own unique song. And this is the first Zelda game that has a trading side quest where you have to like take items to different people to get new stuff. And that ties us into our lightning round.
Oh shit.
Well,
I forgot you told me about that. I always save this for the end. I totally forgot. Oh well.
well done, John. Well done.
So, who's ready for a little lightning round action?
yes, all the time.
Oh yeah, can't wait.
So, as I said, this game starts the trading side quest that Zelda games are known for. So, collects a lot of random crap in this game, much as he has done in several games. So, I have a little list here of various items, and I'm going to give you the name of an item, and you have to tell me if it's an item from the Zelda series. So 2 quick clarifying points. Number 1, it has to be a main Zelda game. No spin-offs, no cameos, no crossovers. If it's The Legend of Zelda, it counts. And number 2,
Okay.
it has to be an item you physically get. So like Ganondorf's Trident, totally a thing in the Zelda series, but you never get it, so it doesn't count.
And we're talking the whole Zelda series, not just Link's Awakening.
Right.
Okay, I'm feeling much better about this now.
You threw me off when you
Okay.
said physically get, because I was like, well, I don't recall any of my consoles ever handing me items. Like, I
No, like the playable
Right.
character.
Hey, here you go, John. It's an empty bottle.
Oh, what the fuck?
John, where'd you get those boots, my Nintendo?
They're really heavy.
Right, huh?
So, are we ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I have my randomized list and my randomized order, and we are starting with John Harrington,
Hey.
a stepladder.
Yes, you do get that in the original Zelda.
Yes, you do. That is correct.
Ah man,
So,
you should have told
next-
me you were doing a lightning round. It would have had a correct sound ready.
There you
There
go.
you go.
You brought the correct sound, obviously. So next up is
That's way too
John
loud.
Regan, the Sword of Omens.
I'm gonna say yes.
That is incorrect. That is the sword from the Thundercat show, and I wish Link got it.
Hell yeah.
Why? He doesn't talk. He wouldn't be able to activate it.
That's true. So next up is Jesse, a chain whip.
Yes.
That is incorrect. You get a rope whip in Spirit Tracks and Skyward Sword, but never a chain whip.
What happens if you have the rope whip and then you hit a torch and get the upgrade, and then it becomes a chain whip?
No, you're thinking of Castlevania.
Oh. Okay.
He almost had you.
So we're back to John Harrington, a mermaid costume.
Yes, you do get that.
That is correct. In Oracle of Ages, instead of getting like flippers or Zora armor, you get a mermaid suit, and that's your swimming item in that game.
Hot.
Mm-hmm.
So
Ew.
next is John Regan, eye drops.
Yes.
That is correct.
I was ready on
Okay. So we're down to Jesse, a marimba.
A marimba. What is a marimba?
A marimba is a musical instrument. It's like a giant xylophone.
that.
Oh,
Can you use it in a sentence?
okay. So it's. I need a clarification on the rules. What if like your character changes form and one of the items turns into another thing? Does that count?
Mhm.
That would technically count, but it's not from Majora's Mask. You get drums, pipes, and a guitar.
Okay. No, it's not an item.
That is sadly incorrect.
Fucking shit.
In Link's Awakening, you're trying to collect musical instruments to wake up the
That's
wind,
right.
and one of them is the wind marimba.
Ah.
So we're
Like
back to John
regulation.
Harrington, a photograph of Princess Peach.
Can you physically obtain that item? I don't think so.
That is incorrect.
Peter played Link's tribute.
In Link's Awakening, part of the trading quest is a goat gives you a letter that is a love letter, and attached to it is a supposed photograph of her, and it's a photograph of Princess Peach. Like, it's straight up Princess Peach.
Nice.
It's a weird ass game.
If you say so.
So, John Regan, a clay pot.
Yes.
That is incorrect.
What? You pick them up and smash them all over the place in Ocarina of Time.
You can pick it up, but you never get one.
Yeah, it's not like in your menu.
It's not like a received item.
No, boo.
Yeah, I'm gonna boo you along with John as well.
You were exploiting Johnny. You know you were.
Yeah.
I will give John a point.
Yeah.
I will give John a point.
Yes.
So, Jesse, the Twilight Bow.
Sure. Yes.
That is correct.
That's right.
It's one of the amiibo rewards in Breath of the Wild.
Oh yeah.
Tight.
So we're at John Harrington. The Gygus sword.
Gonna go with no, just because.
That is correct. The Gygus sword is a weapon from Secret of Mana.
Yeah, you're right. It is. It really does feel like you chose these for like each of us.
No, I seriously randomized the list, and you lucked out on that one. John Regan, the Hero's Quest blade.
Yes.
That is incorrect.
Is that from the game Hero Quest, the board game?
That's one of the Keyblades from Kingdom Hearts 2.
Aw.
You fool.
Jesse, the Shield of Seals.
No.
That is correct. It is a recurring item from Fire Emblem series.
Are there seals in it?
There are.
It
Like-
plays Christopher Rose.
That they eat fish and stuff?
Oh no! They're like magic seals.
Oh no, I thought they were like
Like
Actual
the,
like no.
the singer with the face.
yeah.
So John Harrington, a gold statue of Tingle.
That's the thing in Hyrule Warriors, but I don't think you received that in an actual game.
So is your answer no?
Yes.
That is incorrect. It's one of the Kinstone rewards from Minish Cap. If you fuse Kinstones with all the Tingle brothers, you get a gold statue.
Well. See how far I got on those Kinstones.
John Regan, a can of dog food.
Yes.
That is correct.
No elaboration? Just
What game is dog food?
I was waiting for the sound.
Oh.
Oh, please. I'm very inconsistent with these sounds.
No, part of the trading sequence in Link's Awakening is a can of dog food that you give to a chain chomp to get a bow. I'm telling you, Link's Awakening is a weird-ass game.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Jesse, Princess Zelda's hairpin.
Yes.
That is incorrect. You get letters. You get letters from Princess Zelda, but never any jewelry from her. John Harrington, and this is our final round. Pears,
Pears like the fruit?
like the fruit.
Going with yes, just because.
That is correct. It's an item you get. It's an item you get in Wind Waker that lets you control seagulls for some reason.
Oh, yeah. Right. Forgot about that. I never used it.
John Regan, the water shield.
Yes.
That is incorrect. The water shield is a weapon from Mega Man 10.
Ah.
And finally, Jesse, a cheerleader uniform.
No.
That is incorrect. In the Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes, you get different costumes, and one of them is a cheerleader costume.
Triforce Heroes. Okay.
He gotcha with the one everybody loves.
So, totaling up the score, beep, boop, beep, John Harrington wins the lightning round and gets a bonus point.
Yay.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Doubtfire. What a round. Yeah. Cool. I'm glad that bonus round was about more than Link's Awakening. That really helped my chances there. Because because yeah, I know this is like the one of the top Zelda games, but I don't know, man, it escaped me. So, David, final thoughts on Link's Awakening? Hot takes?
No, it's a great Zelda game. And if you haven't played it, you should.
Thanks, I will.
Nice.
I mean, that wasn't like directly at you, but just in general.
I take everything that everyone says during every show to be directly at me. That's why I talk the most. Anyway, awesome, man. Awesome pick. Awesome game. Great tunes. And let's keep it going to the next game, Johnny.
Game 3.
Cool.
Sweet.
Familiar.
Pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So, who's needing trivia on this one?
Please.
I am.
So, this is our fan request for the evening. This came to us quite some time ago via Twitter from at Singanoi. I hope I'm saying that right. Guy requested several games at once, and I think we used most of the games he requested, and this one just kind of got stuck in our requestee queue for a while there. So glad to finally get around to using this one. And so let's see. Trivia for this. Which character resembles a hamster wearing a helmet and cannot inflict more than 1 point of damage in battle? All right.
Oh, we should probably.
What was that trivia again?
Okay, so which character resembles a hamster wearing a helmet and cannot inflict more than 1 point of damage in battle?
Man.
I was very, very surprised to learn of this character, and it's what I latched onto, so it's probably what we're going to be discussing.
I mean, understandable if they resemble a hamster in a helmet.
It's fucking adorable. It's got a little sword. Come on.
Of course he does.
Yeah, it's a little hamster
Or
with a helmet
they.
and a sword.
You know.
I watched a video of it defeating the final boss. It's hilarious.
All right. I got an answer.
Yeah. Oh, Jesse, wipe a number off your board. Let's see. John Regan says hamsterdance.com, the game. And Jesse and David both say Shining Force. And they are correct. Ha-ha! This is Shining Force for the Sega Genesis. Oh, yeah. Everybody loves the Shining Force.
I've
Right.
only played a little bit of this game.
I figured it would be more in David's wheelhouse. David being one, the Sega Genesis owner out of all of us, definitely the famous Sega fan, and also being the fan of strategy RPGs that he is. So, David, the floor is yours to talk about Shining Force, the strategy RPG for the Sega Genesis.
I only want to say one thing, and that is God bless the Wikipedia page titled List of Fictional Rodents in Video Games.
Really? Wow!
Whoa.
Now that is information that is useful on Game That Tune. Wow.
Oh my god, I'm referencing
so
that in the future.
Then you have obviously learned of the existence of Jogurt, the hamster that in the American release, I guess they called Yogurt, but I feel like Jogurt is a much better name.
Oh yeah.
It was
just
like,
out of sheer stupidity.
Hamster in a helmet, and this sounds like Sega Genesis, and then Google pulled up like Wikipedia article of like rodents in video games section hamsters. Like,
No
all right.
way.
Oh my god.
There we go.
There's a Wikipedia for
It's
everything.
the Google skills that win you the game.
Oh.
I didn't think that'd be a thing you could do, but here we are. So, okay, for real, Jesse, did you play Shining Force at some point?
Just a little bit. It's here. It's one of the first strategy RPGs that I can remember playing.
Yeah.
There's a big like Shining series, like Shining into Darkness was like one of the first games, and that's part of the series. And like you can always tell because they have very similar like font, which is weird. Like if you look at all the Shining games and games that are kind of made by the same people, they all have the same like font. And like they usually have the same kind of like character design. And I know that there's like a lot of controversy with the Shining series as it goes on, and so that's kind of fascinating. But I just remember the music.
Why there's controversy? Is it because they had a playable hamster?
No, it's way after that. I'm sure that would have helped things, but like 3, we only got like part of on the Sega Saturn, I believe. And like there was like 2 other parts that we didn't get in the United States. And then like they stopped making Shining games that were like Shining Force, and the fan base got upset. And so then there was like a splinter of like people that wanted this to happen, and then people that like sued each other. It's really weird and convoluted and has nothing to do with this game we're talking about.
Yeah, wow. No, I'm looking up I looked up, Shining Force series, and holy shit, they've made so many Shining games.
Yeah.
I don't know how many of them are related to the original Shining Force, but I mean, my God, they were releasing these as recently as 2016. Crazy. But yeah, it looks really cool. Nice graphics. Like it's got the, my only point of reference, sadly, in recent memory is Fire Emblem games. So it's kind of like the Fire Emblem grid system, but it's really big, which would make it easy for me as a kid if I could have played it. Like, oh, cool. Like you can only fit like 9 squares on the screen or something. Like it's not not a super complicated battle grid. And then when you get into the battles, you get these nice big sprites battling each other, which is what makes it so great when somebody uses that little hamster guy to battle anything, because it's a little hamster with a sword and a helmet, and then it's like this big dragon.
Nice.
It's a nice touch. But yeah, it's a cool looking game. I kind of wish I knew more about it, because it looks cool, and it's apparently a series that's continued. But it's as I was grilling David for it, it's a number of things that would have disqualified it from being played by me as a kid. Genesis, strategy RPG. That's, I guess, really the only two. But
Yeah, because Hamster would have brought you back in.
I was just saying, to be fair, it's like
if the box had a hamster on it, it would have been like, gotta have it, Dad. We need to buy a Genesis. Like, I need it now.
Genesis game, no. Strategy RPG, no. Hamster with a helmet, well, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Now you're talking my language.
I can rent a Sega, right? Like, good.
God,
I
do
think
you
I'll
remember
do
those
that.
big boxes with the suitcase handle on? I always
Oh,
thought that
man.
was so weird. I never
Yeah,
did
you
it, but it was
You had
weird.
to rent a whole Samsonite briefcase to bring home a Nintendo 64. Like, it was, in hindsight, it's insane that Blockbuster ever rented anybody
Yeah.
an entire video game console. But, somehow the Samsonite briefcase seems more insane. Like,
Hey,
man,
that's
that was,
the Blockbuster's console renting service is how I managed to play Super Mario World when I was a kid.
yeah, good. It's how I first played the Nintendo 64. I couldn't get one for my birthday, so my aunt rented one for me. I'm like, oh my god! It's like, you have to take it back in 3 days. It's like, oh, okay, that's cool though. This is great. I can get I can get like 30 stars. Yeah, this
I
is
can
all
swing
right.
that. I got this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play
Sure.
Pilot Wings, y'all.
Finally.
Ah, man. But yeah, Shining Force looks cool, and there's a reason it's been in our request queue forever. It's because we've had nothing to say about it. John, you need to tell us at least one or two things you know about Shining Force.
Besides the hamster.
Today I
Yeah.
learned that there were RPGs for the Sega Genesis. No,
I learned something today.
There are a
No,
ton of
seriously, John.
RPGs.
Say something about Shining Force.
David, name more RPGs for the Sega Genesis besides Phantasy Star.
Beyond Oasis.
Ah,
Drop.
see, I don't know enough to know if that's right or wrong.
That's very right. That game is badass too.
Yeah.
Beyond Oasis is an action RPG with a Middle Eastern theme for the Sega Genesis.
Oh man,
All up
So does
in
this mean that in
ass.
addition to like King of the Show, I get to be like Sega Genesis King?
I don't know
king
about
of
that.
everything.
We got to step to the legend first. John's just John.
Okay.
He's got his tastes, and they don't include RPGs. They only include like Sonic and Michael Jackson. He's a really interesting set of Sega tastes.
Although props for discounting Phantasy Star.
Exactly. That would have been too easy. So,
Reverse props.
yeah. So, yeah, Shining Force, pretty dope. You're right, Jesse. I looked it up. Dope font, so you can always tell a Shining game when you see it. That's that's like some 90s No Fear font on the cover.
Yeah.
Into it. Yeah. Now I kind of want like a No Fear shirt, but it just says Shining Force.
Oh my! I would wear that.
Oh, dude, I still would. But yeah, cool request. Apparently it's renowned for having a really great soundtrack, and the soundtrack is very good for Genesis music. And yeah, I'm glad to have it on the show. But man, we're out of our depth here. So, Johnny, tell us 5 Shining Force facts, or move on to game 4. Your choice, man.
All right, fact 1: the first letter in Shining Force is S.
Game 4.
He's good. Yeah.
Cool. It's badass.
Like,
Yeah.
Frantic.
Cool.
Hell yeah. Very cool. Anybody in need of trivia?
Yes.
yes.
Good. So, this game's 2 playable characters have slightly different attack styles. One can, hold on, oh shit, I just lost the thread. One is a free shooting character, meaning they can run and gun, while the other is fixed shooting, meaning they cannot move while shooting, but can be used for more precision.
Have we not
Awesome.
used this game before?
We have not.
Can you read the trivia one more time?
I can try. This game's 2 playable characters have slightly different attack styles. One is a free shooting character, meaning they can run and gun, while the other is a fixed shooting character, meaning they cannot move while shooting, but can be used for more precision attacks.
All right.
What are you guys thinking? John, you suck. Oh, well, okay, you don't suck any worse than Jesse. John and Jesse both say Sunset Riders. While
Oh
David
fuck, Gunstar
has the
Hero.
correct
Damn it.
answer of Gunstar Heroes.
I
Damn
can't
it.
believe we haven't used that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we have used Sunset Riders. So it's been a long
I'm
time.
surprised we haven't used this. Gunstar Heroes is fucking dope.
Gunstar
Yeah,
Heroes is incredibly fucking dope. Well observed, David. Yeah, man. what a fucking game. It's just like crazy cartoon Contra. You know, did anyone actually play this when it came out? Because, you know, Johnny, looking at you, Mr. Sega Gunstar Hero.
I've actually never played Gunstar Heroes.
Son of a bitch.
Well, just so you know, this game is fucking dope.
Yeah, exactly. You know, word on the streets is it's fucking dope, John. Yeah. So I think David and I are in the same boat of playing it when it came out for the Wii Virtual Console.
Hell yeah, I did.
Yeah, dude.
Well, actually, I mean, okay. I played this game most on Wii Virtual Console, but originally I played Gunstar Superheroes on the Game Boy Advance.
Okay.
And then I was like, wait, I got to get the original version because Game Boy Advance.
Yeah. I just remember whenever the Wii Virtual Console was launching, you know, I was reading some IGN article. It's like, you know, the top 5 games you have to buy on Wii Virtual Console. And this was like number 1. I'm like, what the fuck is that game? That looks awesome. And lo and behold, it was fucking awesome. Like, you know, it's like Contra or Metal Slug, but it's just nonsense. Like utter nonsense.
Well,
I could barely remember anything specific about this game outside of the weapons. Like the bosses were just these crazy, like spiraling nightmare machines and shit. Like, David, help me out here.
Well, I remember some list online. I think it was 1UP. Anyhow, I don't remember the source, but it was like the greatest bosses of all time. And like number 2 was 7 Force, because you fight a boss in this game that has 7 different forms. It's insane.
Jesus.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, this was like one of Treasure's first games, and Treasure is an amazing studio.
Yeah, I should have looked up all their other stuff, because they've done a lot of good stuff, but I couldn't remember if this was their first thing.
The Sin and Punishment series for the N64. They did
Mischief Makers.
Yes.
Guardian Heroes.
Yep.
All good things. And something tells me they're not doing anything anymore. I feel like they should be. But...
They are a national treasure.
Oh, from Japan. Yeah, I'm trying to see what else they did. If I can, Radiant Silver Gun.
They did Ikaruga, apparently.
Yeah, that game was fun. Awesome. You know, and of course, Tiny Toon Adventures Buster's Bad Dream for Game Boy Advance. Why not?
Kids.
Oh, they did Wario World.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they did. Wario World's actually kind of fun.
Yeah, it's good. But yeah, Gunstar Heroes is just nuts and like just frenetic, crazy ass action. Like somebody I think recently like favorably compared it with Cuphead, and you know, I'm like, yeah, okay, I can deal with Cuphead. I played Gunstar Heroes. Like, what's the problem? Like, you got, you know, a bunch of giant ass bosses, and it's, you know, just kind of tough, and you keep getting killed. Yeah, I can deal with that. You know, I played Gunstar Heroes.
If I remember correctly, you could combine weapon power-ups. Like you could pick up.
Hell yeah, you could.
Yeah, because I remember collecting like the homing power and like the laser power, and you would shoot a laser beam that would just like diagonal all around the screen before it hit whatever you were shooting at.
Yeah. No, it's you know, there are 4 different things. It's like, you know, the regular like pulse ball, and then you got lightning and fire and homing, and then you can kind of like in Contra 3, you can swap like a slot and pick up 2 at once. But then they, you know, you can either fire one or fire the other, or you can fire them both at the same time, combining the weapon. And so there's like, you know, whatever, 20 different weapon types, you know, total. And yeah, it's just fucking crazy. Like, and whenever I first discovered that, it's like, hey, wait a minute. Like, this isn't just 2 item slots. This is a combined slot. Like, man, mind blowing, quite frankly. But yeah, yeah, the game is it's super fun and super hard. And I think the only thing I can really remember from it is like there's some kind of final stage where you have to like roll dice and move along a game board, which was the most frustrating thing of all time. Like,
I remember that. I hated that.
Oh,
it was like the game's version of the boss rush. Like if you landed on a space, you would have to fight like that boss again or something, and then you would defeat the boss and you get back on the game board, but like there were spaces that would make you like go all the way back to the beginning or something. I don't remember it exactly, but it was the most frustrating fucking thing. But
And I
yeah,
seem to
I still
remember
played
there
the
was
shit out of this game.
you had your gun, but you could also do like close range attacks if you were close to an enemy. Like you had like a mini sword that you would stab people with, or you could throw people.
Yeah, it was a throw. I remember that because like you could fucking just it doesn't seem like it should blow somebody up like shooting them with a gun. I remember that like I got too close to somebody and you just do like a fucking sidearm throw and just like blow them up anyway. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like that changes everything. I don't mind you guys getting close because I'm just gonna hit you with a hi-ya. Like, yeah. That would have really come in handy back in like the days of like playing Contra. Like if you could just get like a rechargeable throw that you could use if somebody got way too close to you, it would have made the game more playable. Not less difficult, but would have added a nice little wrinkle there. But oh
yeah,
man,
because I remember this is one of those games that like other developers have looked to for inspiration. Like this is one of those earlier games because I remember the guys behind Alien Hominid talked about Gunstar Heroes, and
that makes sense.
As longtime Game That Tune fans will know, Alien Hominid is one of my favorite games of all time.
Oh yes,
that's a great game.
It's a wacky side-scrolling shooter,
Yeah.
And I don't really see the connection, but whatever. If you say so, Alien Hominid guys. It's a bad deadpan joke, but yeah. So John or Jesse, any thoughts on Gunstar Heroes? Much experience with it?
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Not you, John.
Played briefly. It's very colorful and action packed. It's just like you said, cartoon Contra. It's great.
Yeah, it really is. Oh, it's something just came back to me. There was some boss where you're like, it's kind of like the Ninja Turtles thing. Like you're on some kind of surfboard type thing, but you're in like a cave or a mine or something, and you're having to like it's on like a magnet rail system, like a monorail, and you're having to jump between the walls or the floor and ceiling to avoid the shots. And it's just all kinds of crazy shit goes on in this game. Man. And they give you no explanation for it. You just are thrown into these situations. It's like, yeah, figure it out. Like it's a hell of a game.
The only thing to figure out is like you push this button to jump and this button to shoot. And that's all you really need to know.
Right. But when they introduce like having to jump onto the ceiling to avoid something, it's
well, yeah,
okay,
sure.
There's a different wrinkle. And all these bosses are insane screen filling, crazy pattern bosses. So, it's a lot of fun. And I think, can't you tackle it kind of Mega Man style? Can't you go wherever you want? Like,
yeah, I feel like there's a stage select.
Yeah. So, also cool. Not just a linear game. Attack it any way you want. And fight a bunch of insane fucking bosses. Gunstar Heroes. It's fucking dope.
And I remember everything being color-coded for some reason. Like, your main characters are red and blue, and then, like, the bosses are, like, green and black and white.
Yeah, I'll have to look back through the names of all the songs. But, yeah, I feel like, one of them is called, like, Pink Bravo or something like that. And it's like, okay. I don't remember why that is, but, everything probably was color-coded. But yeah, your two characters are definitely red and blue, and I definitely never picked up on the fact that one of them could run and shoot, and the other one had to stop to shoot. I feel like if I ever noticed that, I probably just thought something was wrong with the controller, and just kept playing. So, interesting little wrinkle to the game. And yeah, David, would you like to reiterate whether or not this game is fucking dope before we move on to the next game?
Yeah, I should probably clarify. This game is fucking dope.
Thanks,
Game
David. Well
5.
observed.
Nice.
Neat.
Very cool.
Yeah.